Hello, Elly here from Thankful Flow Yoga. Thank you so much for joining me for another YouTube practice. As always, please do try and subscribe to this channel. It's completely free. It just means that it supports me to continue offering you these free flows. And I've got lots of exciting things coming at the end of the year. So today we're doing a twisty flow. I'll offer different options throughout, but there will be, more kind of challenging elements and transitions as well. So I would still suggest that this is probably for someone who has done a bit of yoga before and has a bit of an existing yoga practice. So we're going to come and start the class in a comfortable seated position. I recommend having blocks or equivalent for this practice as well, so just grabbing those now if you need them. So we're going to bring the hands to the knees or the thighs, close off the eyes. And begin to let go of anything that came before this practice. And any thoughts of anything that you might think is going to come after this practice. And just observing the breath and the body, allow yourself to come into this present moment, being here right now. Let come what come, let go what go, and see what remains. One of the famous Buddha quotes, I believe. So letting any thoughts pass through the thinking mind, coming into a place of awareness, acceptance, honouring how you're feeling today, how you're showing up today, just knowing that that is more than enough, that you're here right now on your mat. Opening the eyes back up when you're ready. We're going to bring the right hand to the mat and inhale, sweep the left arm up to the sky, lift up and out from the waist. Take a gentle stretch over to the right, shining the heart towards the ceiling. And gently floating back over to the other side, so sweeping the right arm up this time, stretching over to the left. Feeling that stretch through the right side body. And releasing that right hand back down. Bring the legs out in front. You can pop a block under the hips if you need to here. Taking any support you need to come into a neutral spine position. We'll inhale, reach the crown of the head to the ceiling. And sweep the hands up to the sky. Exhale, we're going to float down to our fold and float the hands down. So remember to keep that spine nice and long. So we're inhale, reaching up to the sky, lifting and lengthening. Exhale, floating over. So keep focusing on your belly coming towards the thighs here. Inhale, reaching up, last one. Exhale, floating down into the fold, and we're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. So the hands could be on the thighs, you could be working up here, they could be on the shins or finding the feet. Finding your breath as you inhale, maybe you can find a gentle lift through the chest. And as you exhale, try and let go, melt into the fold. Noticing how the backs of those legs are feeling today. Inhale, coming back up to center. Now we're going to bend through this right leg and step your right foot to the outside of the left thigh. You can either work here for this, or you're going to bend your underneath leg as well for half Lord of the Fish. So just see what feels right for you. Check in with that knee joint, especially with the left leg here. If that does not feel good or right, then keep that leg lengthened instead. The right hand's coming out behind. Inhale, reach the left fingertips up to the sky. As you exhale, twist to the right, taking the left arm to hug that right leg. Send your gaze over the right shoulder. For a little add-on here, you could always take the left hand to the outside of the right foot and start to lengthen through that leg and reach the right hand out behind. Keeping that space across the chest. Now, I said there might be some dynamic transitions here. We're going to start to come away from our half lord of the fish. So unravel from your twist for a moment, but keep your legs as they are. So if you'd had the underleg bent, you're going to lengthen that leg now, but keep this right foot hooked over. And then you're going to take your left hand behind, and we're going to bring the weight into your right foot and pivot so that you're in a modified Vashisthasana. Okay, so I will show you from this side. So you were in your half lord of the fish, you've brought the weight into the left hand and this right foot that's crossed over, and you're lifting your hips away, finding a modified Vashisthasana here. Breathing here. Well done. See if you can sink those hips back down. Come back to seated. Unhook your right leg. You can take a little wiggle through the legs if you need to. And now we're going to come to the other side. So left leg bends in. You can step the left leg over to the outside of the right leg. You could be working here, or you can start with bending the underneath leg as well. Then the left hand's coming out behind. Inhale, reach your right fingertips up to the sky, lift up and out from the waist. Exhale, twisting to the left, gaze comes over the left shoulder, breathing here. As you inhale, make space, reach the crown of your head to the ceiling. As you exhale, soften the body into your twist. You can take the add-on here, so if you want to take the right hand to the outside of the left foot and reach those right fingertips out behind, you absolutely can. Just know that this is an option, you don't have to take it. So trying not to listen to, sometimes our ego tells us we must at least try and take the most difficult option, or, you know, we must do this or we must do that. Actually, there is a wisdom within your breath and your body that is far more intelligent in a lot of ways than your thinking mind. So that's why we're tuning in and listening to that, taking the option that your body's calling for. So starting to come away from your twist, so this left leg's come back down. Now if you had your underneath leg, the right leg bent, you're going to lengthen that now. The right hand's going to come down to the mat. The weight's going to go into that right hand and the left foot as we lift up for a modified Vashisthasana. Breathing here, so strengthening into the right side body. Staying with your breath, well done. And release, bring that right hip back down. Unravel, you can take a little shake out through the legs. And we're going to come into our tabletop as a cow. Inhale, send the gaze out in front, open across the chest. On your exhale, drop the head around through the spine, draw your belly button in. Inhale, lift the gaze, shine the heart forwards. Exhale, draw the belly in, drop the head, tuck the tailbone in, lifting up and out through the shoulders. Inhale, lift the gaze, shine the heart forwards. Exhale, draw the belly in, lift up and out through the shoulders. Inhale, come back to neutral. We're going to bring this right foot through, that you're working with your blocks in your low lunge here. Okay, keeping that nice space across the chest. The next option is that you're going to inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, left arm comes out in front, right arm comes out behind, taking a twist. Maybe you can start to bring that back hand to the back of the left thigh, reaching those left fingertips up to the sky. And unraveling from your twist, we're going to come back to center. So you can either have your hands on blocks to support you, or you're going to have the hands at heart center, tuck under the back toes, power up through your back leg. Nice. So now we're in our crescent lunge. So from here, hands in Anjali Mudra. Inhale, lift up and out from the waist. Exhale, start to twist to the right. And again, you can either hook the left elbow on the right thigh. You could be working here, really lifting the belly away from the thigh. Or you're going to bring that left hand down and come into your revolved lunge, reaching the right fingertips up. Unraveling, so bring the hands back to heart center, step the back foot in, back toes are at a slight angle. Inhale here, exhale, we're going to flow into our revolved Trikonasana. So this left hand could be coming to a block to give you a little bit more space here. Maybe seeing if you can send the gaze up to the ceiling. I said we were getting twisty today. And I meant it. Inhale, starting to come back up to standing, and we're going to bring the weight into this right leg and hook your left ankle on your right thigh as you bend through the right leg and come into this pigeon version of Utkatasana. So we're keeping lots of space across the chest, stretching into that left hip space, strengthening into the right leg, the right glutes. Make sure you connect with your breath. Well done. And start to unhook the legs. See if you can bring it away with control. Float it back to a high lunge. Bring your hands down to frame the foot, step it back, and we'll take a vinyasa. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. Lifting the hips to the sky. You can always take a child's pose here if you prefer. Taking this time to check in with the body, the breath, the mind. Inhale, step your left foot through between the hands, drop your back knee straight down, coming back to our low lunge. Reach the right arm forward, left arm back. And then maybe you can start to bring this left hand to the right thigh. Reaching the right fingertips up to the sky, finding our twist here. And unraveling, bring your hands into heart center, Anjali Mudra, tuck under the back toes. Power up so that you're in your high lunge, your crescent lunge. Inhale, lift up and out from the waist. Exhale, twist to the left. Start to hook the right elbow on the left thigh, pressing the palms of the hands together. Lift the belly away from the thighs, taking the gaze up to the ceiling, and then opening out here if that's in your practice. One more breath. And then coming back to center, step in your back foot, both legs are lengthened now. Back toes are at a slight angle. You can grab your block here if you wish to. We're going to float down, so my right hand's coming to the outside of the left foot, left fingertips reaching up to the side, up to the sky. Reverse, revolved, Trikonasana. I'm sure I get the words confused with this sometimes, so just bear with me. Inhale, coming back up, so coming away from your Trikonasana, bring your weight into that left foot, hook your right ankle on your left thigh, right knee's coming out to the side, sit down into that leg, finding right side pigeon Utkatasana. That's what I'm calling it. Finding that stretch into the right hip space. Finding a drishti, working with our balance, our focus, our concentration. Well done. Starting to release with control. Step that right foot back to a high lunge. Frame the front foot, step it back, and Vinyasa. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling back to a downward facing dog. Option to take a releasing breath here. Inhale through the nose. And sigh out. Just letting go of anything that's not serving you. Anything that you want to release from the body, the mind. You can take a little pedal out here. Then we're going to exhale, drop your knees down to the mat. Start to lower the body down, so we're lying on our front. Bring the hands to the side of the body. And we're going to inhale here and lift the chest, lift the arms away from the mat, finding a half locust. Option to lift the legs away as well, depending on what feels right for you. So keep breathing. Well done, and release everything down to the mat. You can rest your head on your hands. You can close the eyes. I want you to relax everything here. Relax every muscle in your body. Relax the bones, the connective tissue, the cells, everything that is there. Allow the weight of your body to be received by the ground that's beneath you. A gentle shift of your hips from side to side. As always, if you have longer to stay in a Shavasana or meditation, I definitely recommend that you do so. If you're ready to finish the practice, you're going to ground through the hands, lift away, and come back to a seated or kneeling position on your mat. And just bring the hands back to the thighs. You can close down the eyes for a moment. And taking a couple of slow, soft, natural breaths here. And let the shoulder blades run down your back. Let any tension from the face, the neck, the shoulders just melt away. Breathe it out on your exhales. Let it go. And opening the eyes back up when you're ready. Thank you so much for being here and joining me for these practices. Do make sure that you subscribe and feedback to me on how you're getting on. Give me requests, more kind of flows that you want to see on here, and lots of exciting things happening towards the end of the year. So do keep in touch, link below to the other things that I offer, online retreats, live classes. So do check that out, and I can't wait to see you again very soon. Take care. Bye bye.